with the Los Angeles Times. I'm Lindsay Theory. This is Gary Klein. We're on the campus of USC. USC wrapping up its first scrimmage of training camp on Monday. And Gary, as scrimmages would go, or first scrimmages would go, a few kinks to work out, but also a few highlights for the Trojans.
Yeah, this was, like you said, first scrimmage. Nothing really smooth, although there were some elements and some breakout performances, I think. You know, receiver Stephen Mitchell, who was slowed by injuries most of last season, really showing the burst that everyone thought he was going to bring to USC from Mission Hills Alemany High. Also, some young defensive backs making plays all over the field.
Absolutely. A couple of freshmen, Iman Marshall and Marvell Tell, grabbed interceptions. So did sophomore Jonathan Lockett, who Steve Sarkisian said in an ideal world would have redshirted his freshman season, but he was obviously thrown in the mix. And I think they're proving that though it's a young secondary, they have the ability to make some plays.
Right. Well, tonight they really showed that ability. Some balls caught cleanly, a couple caught on tips, but it wasn't just the secondary. I think the linebackers, Porter Gustin made a nice play off the edge. Osa Messina was very active. John Houston Jr., all these guys that, you know, are part of this heralded recruiting class are getting opportunities. They're substituting in waves, and it'll be interesting to see how many of these young players are actually on the field when USC gets going against Arkansas State.
A couple of players who weren't on the field include Lamar Dawson. Sarkisian said he actually cracked a couple of ribs in a previous practice and therefore was held out. Chad Wheeler hasn't been cleared by the doctors to participate in live contact drills, and Kevon Seymour also nursing a knee that he injured a couple of days ago. As practices go on, do any of these injuries become concerning for the Trojans?
I think Seymour was back out yesterday, limited, so I think his is just a situation, well, they hope it's just a situation that doesn't linger too much. Sarkisian says Chad Wheeler is on the verge of possibly being cleared to have contact in practice in live situations. So that was a situation, though, that I think they were just going to play by ear going towards the opener. So I don't think anything too major. I think he was a little optimistic maybe when he said Lamar Dawson would be ready for the opener with cracked ribs.
A little?
But you know, I guess he can be optimistic.
I mean, I guess those things can heal kind of quickly. I don't know. I have no experience. As far as quarterbacks go, USC will now go forward with 3 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster. They've added a couple of walk-ons for these practice reps. Sarkisian said, though, that he wasn't necessarily impressed with how the quarterbacks performed at tonight's scrimmage. But I thought Sam Darnold, the freshman, looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Kessler had some interceptions, but he had a couple touchdown passes, including a very nice long pass to Juju Smith. Max Brown looked pretty solid. But you're right. Darnold, I think, especially with Ricky Town having transferred out, I don't know if he's playing more relaxed or whatever, but he looked good. He had a nice touchdown. And really, for me, the most impressive play was him fielding an errant snap with one hand down near his ankle and firing a pass that almost went for a touchdown. It was broken up. But I think we're seeing that he's the guy, you know, he's feeling it as the only quarterback in the class of 2015 and is looking to, make his mark over the next couple of years.
Next couple of years, it still might be a few years away for Sam, but I guess we'll figure that out next year. All right, be sure to keep it on the Los Angeles Times for the latest on the Trojans. They'll be off on Tuesday and will return to the practice field on Wednesday. With Gary Klein, I'm Lindsay Theory with the Los Angeles Times.